every day, one by one, I'm gonna try every recipe of Laura, starting from the very beginning. Come, join me on my challenge. Let's go! Hi everyone! My name is Ruta and welcome to the 81st day of my challenge where I'm gonna try, how Laura put it, a triple trouble. It's triple chocolate biscotti and they will look kind of funny in the process. When I was watching the original recipe, I was kind of laughing because they do look nasty at one point, but they look really amazing in the end. And this is one of those really cool recipes, well, for me anyways, because I can find all of the ingredients I need for it. I don't need to substitute anything. So I don't know, whenever that happens, I feel really happy. So that being said, let's go over the ingredients and let's get started. We're gonna need 200 grams of flour, 200 grams of sugar, 50 grams of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of instant espresso powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 150 grams of hazelnuts, 50 grams of chocolate chips, 3 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 130 grams of white chocolate, and 1 tablespoon of heavy cream. Let's start! So what I'm gonna start with is by toasting the hazelnuts. I have a large non-stick skillet here. It's dry, there's no oil or anything, and I'm preheating it over medium heat, so it's almost there. I'm gonna add the hazelnuts in one single layer, and I'm gonna start by toasting them for 5 minutes. We'll see where we go from there. Usually it takes, well, I googled, from 5 to 10 minutes for the hazelnuts to fully toast, and I'm gonna be sure to stir it every minute or so that they wouldn't burn. Okay, 5 minutes seem enough. They browned up and they became really fragrant. So now, as you can see, there are these peels. I will show you another trick, which is how to take them off really easy. I have a clean towel here, so all you want to do is put the nuts on it and just gently rub, and the peels will come off just themselves really easily. Okay, and now the dough. So making will be like ridiculously easy because I have almost all of the ingredients here, which I'm gonna add into this huge bowl, and using a wooden spoon, I'm just gonna mix them to combine. So I have the flour, sugar, unsweetened cocoa powder, instant espresso powder, salt, not the powder, or powder, instant espresso, yeah, powder, salt, baking soda, the toasted hazelnuts, and the chocolate chips. So dry ingredients done. Now I'm gonna take these eggs and the vanilla extract, quickly whisk them together, add to the dry ingredients, and mix until the dough comes together. You kind of think when you start that this will not come together just with those 3 eggs, but it is, slowly, but it is. So now I've reached a point where I kind of want to knead it. I feel like it will be easier than just trying to mix it. So against my better judgment, Laura didn't do this way. I will just bring some parchment paper, which if I'll be able, I'm just gonna use later to line my baking sheet. And I'm gonna knead the dough on it. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. But we do need to make mistakes to learn from them, right? Yeah, I'll just do it on the counter, easier. so much fun, you wouldn't believe. I like getting my hands dirty so much. This looks like a black stone, doesn't it? I'm gonna divide it into 2 parts. Okay, at this point I really need to go and turn on my oven to preheat to 170 degrees. So I kind of need to go and wash my hands first. So my hands are clean as well as the countertop, and the oven is preheating to 170 degrees. I took some water here because it will help to form the logs. So I have my baking sheet, I put the cut parchment paper, which I kinda didn't use. I have the 2 pieces of the dough, and now I'm gonna form the logs. Now, they are a bit drier than Laura's, and I'm thinking I could have added 1 more egg, but I will proceed as it is, and we'll see in the end what I should have or shouldn't have done. So now I'm gonna form the logs. They should be around 5 centimeters in width, and there should be around 10 centimeters in between the logs so that they would have some, well, space to expand. And as this baking sheet is actually a little bit smaller, well, than the normal standard one, I'm not sure, should I form like that or like that? I don't know. I'll see in the process. Okay, and now into the oven for 35 minutes. Oh my goodness, it smells so chocolatey. So I will let them cool now for 10 minutes, and at the same time I will reduce the temperature of the oven to 150 degrees. 10 minutes have passed, so now I'm gonna cut each log into cookies. And I'm gonna use my serrated knife, which basically means knife with like little teeth. So I'm gonna take each log and cut on a really sharp angle into, well, around 2 centimeters thickness cookies, and there should be around 12 from each log. Okay, almost half less, but oh well, I took a really sharp angle, but look at them. So now I'm gonna place them cut side down back to the baking sheet. Okay, and now back into the oven for 25 more minutes. And now I'm gonna let them cool completely. Finally, it's time for the next step, which is melting the white chocolate. I'm gonna mix it together with the 1 tablespoon of heavy cream, and then I'm gonna microwave it in 15 or so seconds intervals, taking it out, mixing it through, and then putting it back in. In such way, the chocolate won't overcook and it will, well, melt evenly. Okay, it has melted, but it has some strange consistency. So I think I'm gonna add 1 more tablespoon of maybe milk. Okay, now it's just perfect. Look. Okay, so now it's time for that triple part of the biscotti. I have my white chocolate all melted, and as I'm gonna drizzle it all over the tops of them, I'm gonna place the wire rack over the baking sheet, if I can do that, so that everything drips there instead of my countertop. So now I'm just gonna drizzle. Okay, so you do need to let them set, or the white chocolate set, but That's it. I'm gonna let them settle, right? I am, but I'm gonna try one as well because that's just so much waiting. So, this one perhaps. The smallest. Is it the small? Yep, the smallest one. This looks so cute, look. I've never tried. Well, I feel like I've tried the first biscotti in my life when I tried the holiday biscotti recipe, so these ones will be my second ones. That's so crunchy. It reminds me of something, the texture, but I cannot put my finger on it. It's really chocolatey. I think the next time I make it, I would use, well, first of all, either really large eggs or 4 of them, because I think the texture would be a bit different if the batter was wet enough, but it's really good. We have a name for such thing, Tbsp, which I don't really know the, well, English version of it, but we have this kind of dry bread, which it can be different tastes, but usually we just use plain dry bread, and then we like to dip it into, well, tea. So this totally reminds me of that. Whenever we wanted kind of like cookies or something, our parents would give us those Tbsp. So this is like a fancy version of Tbsp, and it has hazelnuts, which I really, really like. And I feel like the chocolate already kind of settled. So anyways, I'm pretty happy with these ones, but just to be, well, to experiment more, I really want to try and make them with the 4 eggs or like the wetter batter. I'm really curious how that would turn out. But if you like chocolate, this is like the ultimate chocolate dessert. You have so much, like triple chocolate, huh? So I really hope that this was fun and helpful. Go and check the original recipe by Laura there. The written one is as always in the description box. I really hope you had fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in a day. Bye!